Hi everyone, Great Power 60 here. I was watching, oh gosh, I hope I remember the name. Camilla Designs, that's not her name, but that's her channel name. I'll link it below in the description to show you what I've been doing for the last little while. I'm just gonna have some of my tea because it keeps getting cold while I'm busy doing crafting. Perfect. Okay. So, I liked what she created, and I followed her. This was my first one. And with this one, I put a brad, and I had this little metal piece, and I thought I would use rope or something to hold onto it. Oops, I got a little piece of something on there. And then when I did it, I realized this piece would have been in the inside upside down. So I cut it off, and then I've used it now for a tuck spot. I've got to see if I've got some things that I can show you. So that would be a tuck spot, and I could put things in there, and I wanted to use some kind of binding around with this. And when I put the brad in, I had a piece of this scrap paper, and it actually lines up almost perfectly with the wording, and it's just to cover the brad. So this is basically what it is that it folds out. She had found something, I think at a thrift store, and it opened up like this, and then all of the beautiful papers were in here. I haven't got anything to put, that's not even very nice, is it? But, and there were all these papers in there. So she really liked the idea and the design, and she recreated it and shared it with us in a tutorial online. And I liked it too because these would make great pages in a journal easily. I could glue the back. I could glue maybe pieces of it and have a tuck here. And this would flip open, and I could even put papers in here for writing on, or have something like this for sending in Happy Mail, because this is fairly flat, so it would be okay. So that was the first one that I did. Take these out of there so that, and all of the measurements that she had, what she's done is given it a little bit of a 1/8 of an inch kind of, I know there's a word now, my brain is dead because it's late at night and I was doing these and I was having fun, of a binding, of a border, I know there's a word for it and it's lost me. But anyway, it just gives you a little bit of give so that when you want to add things in it, it's given it kind of a little bit of room. Okay. And then I started looking at papers that I never use, I may never use. So this one here is one-sided. I haven't decorated or anything. Now the difference with this one is that this is actually a pocket. See, the first one that I did, I made a mistake and cut off this part here that folds over, because it's supposed to flip-flop over, and then you've got this extra little spot, kind of like that. I thought I saw the cat jumping up. Okay, sorry. So this was the first one that I did, and I had cut it off, so I'm just using it as a flap, right? And you could have it this way as well as this way. So that's that one. So I did it correctly the second time, the way she did it, which is making with that 1/8 of an inch I want to say border. I'm sorry. You guys know, you're probably yelling at me. But you could put things in here, even smaller things, and have everything fold in. I haven't decorated any of them. You can also have it this way, and perhaps, I don't know if I have one handy. I kind of cleaned up a little bit here. Oh, I do have one. Okay. This is, you could have a tab on here and maybe put a hole in it and maybe a dangle on there. You could also put with the extra pieces that were cut. Do I have them handy? I did have them all handy. I think I just kind of threw everything in here. Oh no, they're right here. They're right beside me. So these are two little pieces that are left over from a 12 by 12. These two pieces here. So I could easily make a pocket here. I could make a pocket here. This I could cut into a tab and have it, you know, attached there. So I've kept all the pieces because I wanted to play around with doing a few things. So that was the second one I did, and I did it correctly. So it just gives you a little bit of, is it gusset? No, that's not the word I'm thinking of. A little bit of leeway so that you can put a few things in there. You know, even if you, let me just grab something here. You know, put envelopes and cards in there if you want to send it to someone. And then you could wrap something around it, or you could Velcro it. You know, there's so many things, so many ways of fastening these things together. So that was another idea. And again, like I say, I had these papers that I'll never use. I mean, this is like so scary. I would probably cover this. But again, I did it correctly here. I have the little pocket to hold things in so that when you flip it up, things won't fall out. You know, that kind of thing. And again, just that 1/8 of an inch gives you that little bit of room to put things in. And like I said, I just made these. I haven't decorated them yet, but again, I have some leftovers here that I could use. I mean, you know, although I won't, I don't like chevron kind of stuff or whatever that is called, but I could make a belly band here. And again, using this and making a tab on there. So that was another idea I had. And then I made this one. Now, I didn't think I would use this, but it's from a Travelog, I don't know where it is, paper pad that I picked up, I think half price or something at Michael's. And this page, it was, you know, it's just shiny airplanes, and I thought this would be great to send someone something like, you know, a travelogue or a map or whatever, anything that, you know, they may want to use in their journal. And again, I kept the two pieces. So again, I could easily make a belly band or another pocket. It's one-sided paper, so I could decorate it if I wanted to. Maybe I would stamp it. I think I would do something like this, you know, kind of a collage of stamps and papers and things. That would be fun. And again, I could use this as a tab, or decorate it and do whatever. I mean, there's so many things that I could do with it, but I liked it was difficult to follow the first time, but once I realized that I had cut it wrong, then it was pretty good. And it's a 112 by 12, and there we have a little folio, a little folder to be able to use. And then I found another page in that travelogue paper pad, and this one's really kind of cool because I obviously cut it sort of right, because there's a little camera here and a book, and then again it's one-sided. There's the camera, here's a map and a map, and again the 1/8 it's not Augusta. What is it? What is it? Oh, the whatever. Sorry guys, I am so tired because I've been playing with this all night, and I've been having fun watching videos and doing these things. But the other thing too is that if you do have things in there, you know, they won't fall out because you've got this little, you know, you've got this little tuck in there, a little pocket in there. And you could easily glue that down if you didn't want it to flip open. But so many possibilities. I thought this would be kind of cool, but no, I didn't like the blackness of that camera. I thought it was better on the inside. And again, I have extra pieces that I could use. I could put a tab in here. I could use this again as a belly band, a tuck spot. And because it's one-sided, it wouldn't, you know, look good to have it turn over. But so I'll link her channel below. I am so sorry I've forgotten her name, simply because it's very late. It's in the wee hours of the morning. I tend to do things, I flip on a video, say, oh, I want to try that, and then suddenly I'm making a bunch of them. I'm making a bunch. And I really, really like this, and I like the idea of being able to put this in an envelope, and I can make my own envelopes this size and mail these off with little goodies inside. Instead of decorating them myself, maybe just the attachment or something, put all kinds of ephemera in there so that whoever gets it can decorate it themselves. So there's the back of those. I don't know if I showed you the back of these, the airplanes, and then this one with the map on the back. Yeah. So I just thought I would share this little project that I was working on, and all of the extra pieces. This was the strips, what do they call them? The branding strips, on 2 of them. And I kept those 2 because you never know. I like this, and that could easily be attached to a tag. Yeah. And then I was looking at this one here. This was the X I made because she was saying, cut this one and cut that one. So I put X's on the spots I was supposed to cut off. And it's from this one. So there was 2 that I cut off that I wasn't supposed to cut off. But anyway, and I thought, well, maybe I'll make some hidden paperclip with these. You know, maybe there's a way for me to play around with these and use some of these scraps to make hidden paper clips, because I really haven't done any on my videos, have I? I don't think. And there's a couple of different ways of doing them. I rather like this because it's easy to put on, and it can go either way, and there's no muss, no fuss. I don't have to worry about it, you know, making sure that the opening is there, because it's quite easy to just put on. I kind of like this one, I think, the best, this style so far. But anyway, yeah, so that's it for me for today. Thanks for joining me. I will leave a link to her channel so that if you wish to make some of these yourself and do whatever you like to do with them, fill them up, decorate them, or whatever, yeah, I had a lot of fun with this, and it's nice to use up 12 by 12s that you don't like, you know. I've got a couple that are like very big scrapbook, you know, a design with big words in the middle, and I'm half wondering if I can make one of these and use it so that it doesn't look, I don't know. Normally I'll just cut strips around the wording because the wording's so huge, and use them for scraps and stuff. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you again soon. And enjoy your beverage now that mine is cold. See you in the next video. Thanks for joining me. Bye for now.